How's it going, guys? Today we're going to take a look at 5 players with ridiculously short arms. Players' wingspans are very important in basketball, and arguably even more important than their actual heights. That's why all NBA front offices want to measure their players' wingspans and standing reach before doing things like drafting or signing them to the team. Most of the players I'm going to talk about in this video are modern players, since a lot of wingspans recorded back then are not available to the public. Without further ado, here are 5 players with crazy short wingspans relative to their height. Number 5, Blake Griffin. Griffin is the perfect example of a player who shows that even if you don't have the length, you can still be amazing if you work on your skill and technique. Well, and also by having some insane athleticism. Here are some players who are around his height but have much longer wingspans. Although Griffin does not have the measurements, he makes up for it with his rough offensive playstyle, and he has great court vision too. Unfortunately, as a big man, it's gonna be hard to play defense at an elite level if your wingspan is the length of the average shooting guard in the NBA. It makes it harder to contest shots from other bigs in the paint who have a much longer reach, which is a major reason why Griffin has never been considered a good defender throughout his career. Number 4, Shane Larkin. Yeah, I am aware that Larkin is only 5'11", so having a 5'11" wingspan isn't as big of a deal as it seems. However, Larkin registered the shortest wingspan ever at the draft combine, so I felt like he had to be on this list. The average human being's wingspan is a couple of inches more than their height, so even by the standards of the average population, Larkin is still undersized, especially since the majority of NBA players have crazy wingspans. For example, some players who are even shorter than him, like Isaiah Thomas and Nate Robinson, all have wingspans of over 6 feet. Despite having a decent season with the Nets last year, Larkin did not get any good contract offers afterwards, so he went to play in Europe instead. NBA teams were just too scared of signing a 5'11" point guard with poor length. Number 3, Jimmy Butler. Just like Griffin, Butler has figured out how to make the most of his limited physical tools. While he does have short arms and a narrow shoulder width, Butler is one of the strongest players at his position. On top of that, he has an insane work ethic and drive to get better every year, which is exactly what he has done. His T-Rex arms also help him in some situations as well. They allow him to keep the ball closer to his chest while he's dribbling and trying to drive into the paint, which could be a reason why he commits very few turnovers, even as the Bulls' primary option. Anyway, here's some trivia for you guys. Did you know that Giannis Antetokounmpo's younger brother Alex is 6'5", but has a ridiculous 7'2" wingspan at only 15 years old? For comparison, Butler is 2 inches taller than him, but his wingspan is nearly 7 inches shorter. This fun fact was brought to you by Hardwood Amino, the fastest growing social media app for basketball fans. I put the links in the description if you guys want to check out the app, it's pretty cool. Additionally, Butler is one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, which is really surprising honestly, because the general idea is that a player needs to have a long wingspan to be a great defender. But once again, just like his incredible journey to the NBA, Butler has proved everybody wrong. Number 2, JJ Redick. Redick is another example of a player who has adapted his game pretty well. While he's not as athletic as Griffin or Butler, he makes up for it with a very quick release on his shots. Typically, when a player has short arms, they'd have to either jump higher or shoot the ball faster to be a great shooter. Redick happens to be great at both of those things. He gets some good lift when he shoots, and his release is fast enough to where he hardly ever gets blocked. For someone who's not regarded as extremely athletic or anything like that, Redick has had a very solid career so far, despite his physical limitations. And number 1, the legend himself, Kevin Willis. Willis is primarily known for having one of the longest careers in NBA history, being drafted in 1984 and playing all the way until 2007, when he retired at 44 years old. His other claim to fame is that despite being a 7-foot-tall center, Willis apparently only had a 6'10" wingspan. That is the same wingspan as current Spurs shooting guard Danny Green. Even former players have made fun of how short and stubby his arms were.
First of all, Kevin Willis, if you can only punch this far, he got them little arms like Rock'em Sock'em Robot.
Although he had tiny arms and played at the position where wingspan matters the most, Willis actually had a season where he averaged over 15 rebounds per game. That is impressive. And as a bonus to this video, I'll give you guys some more. Almost every 7 foot tall white guy in the league has a wingspan that's shorter than his listed height, which I'm not gonna lie, it's really funny. And that's all folks, I hope you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe for more in the future, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.